might fire myself today, boys. I've had enough.
He did say that he wasn't feeling it. You know what? This will make you feel it. Wheels up, fellas.
Everybody strap
in. That sound.
That is a slow roll, though.
It is a slow roll, but I just love the sound in the headphones. I really do.
Makes it sound like a fish tank.
That was a double for me.
A double Capri Sun? No, don't try to drink your Capri Sun off air, bro. Put that shit on the camera. Look at this dude.
I didn't think we wanted to sponsor him.
Yeah, we didn't for sure.
I mean,
Now I'm gonna need a check for that.
It is a Capri Sun.
And he stole those from Riot.
I didn't see his name on him. I was looking all over for it.
You're like a fucking bully.
A bully?
You're one hell of an uncle, man.
I know. Ask him who's
Yeah,
favorite.
and he
bad
fucking
way.
opened up his nephew's Valentine's Day candy too.
I sure did.
Are you
a great
fucking
uncle.
serious, man?
I thought he
Yeah.
left it for me.
Why would he leave it for
Because
you?
he loves his uncle. Heart sucker.
No chance.
Not a fucking
I put two and two together. He did. He told me. But
School keeps calling me today, boys. I don't know what's going on.
I tell you what's going on.
Riot was out there skipping at school.
Yep.
Friday and Monday. And now he's off this Friday and Monday.
Does Riot got a crush on the nurse?
Yeah. Loves her.
Because he is sick quite a bit.
Yeah. And then one day I had to go put a Band-Aid on him. And I'm not going to say her name, but they're like, well, if Miss So-and-so is here, like Riot would have been able to get a Band-Aid from her, but she's not here today. So I had to go do it.
You had to go to school just to put a Band-Aid on him?
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, so they know over there.
Oh, the whole school knows.
They know.
She used to walk him to class every day. Like she still does sometimes.
That's my
yeah.
nephew right now.
So then the one day, like I take him into school, and he didn't see her at first, and then she comes out. She's like, "Hey, Riot," and he just got this big old smile. Yeah, he loves her. That's his girl.
He gets the blushing going on.
Yeah, if I knew her better, I'd say her name. I don't want to.
Is he smooth operator?
Oh, he's smooth.
Because I've heard what he's said in different times when he's just like with just the family. But out in
I don't know. He's a little
public,
shy though. With
that's what
her,
I'm
he's a
saying,
little
sometimes-
like
yeah.
shy.
I don't know,
Sometimes if you got a crush, all of a sudden you tense up
Yeah,
just for her.
yeah,
That's how
he
you know you
does.
like her.
He's so
For sure.
manipulative, though, that whole shy thing, he could realize that gets
Oh,
attention.
he hustled me the other day. Hustled me. So he was supposed to, we had an arrangement that if he did his chores and did what he needed to do, I'd buy him this new package on his game.
VR headset.
April tells me it's $13.99. I'm like, all right, bet. So I did most of the work. He didn't do that much. I'm like, all right, dude. So from now on, like when I ask you to do something, just do it. It's not like a negotiation. He's like, all right, cool. I go to buy it, $30. I'm like, bro, you said it was $13.99. He's like, that's what mom said. I'm like, well, it's 30. He's like, well, I still need it.
I did the work.
I'm like,
Like we already
yeah.
got this far.
So then I bought it, and then he messed it up by being bad. So
He's up there playing right now.
he's only playing it right now because we're podding right now. He's only allowed to play it here. He's grounded at home from it.
This is becoming his new favorite spot.
I tell you what he's not shy is when he's kicking us out of a bonfire at 10:30 at night.
Is it time to go?
Yeah, we just got
Time to go.
started. The moon had it was a blood moon that night. The moon had just came out. You know what I mean? We just really got we went through half of Mikey's fence and he was like, hey, we're going to wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
He wasn't shy and he told everybody. He let everybody know. Yeah, I think it's about time to go inside.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
He kept like he kept putting it as a question, like he was manipulating us.
He was manipulating you. That's
He
a
was.
fact.
You're right. You're
Because
right.
like I told you, I don't think that shy thing is real. I've seen him like speak up when he needs to. I think he notices. Like girls like it when he's like, "Oh shucks," and they're like, "Oh,
Especially
what's up, little guy?"
waitresses.
Oh, I've seen it. I've seen it a million times with waitresses.
He's got a thing for waitresses. I really think he does.
So
They got a thing for him. I think it's a little messed up actually.
I think they do.
It's a fact. He just like winks at him
That's
a
your
little
son,
bit.
dog. I ain't gonna say nothing else. That's your son, dog.
No, I'm happy for
Were
him.
you guys like that as little kids?
Flirt?
Yeah. I was.
I wasn't when I was a kid, no. But like people always accuse me of being a flirt now, but it's like a natural. And even April was like, she's like, that's just your personality. Like you're just naturally a flirt, but people can take it as you're flirting. And I can talk to somebody very attractive, but I say the same thing to somebody that's not attractive because that's just the way I talk and the way I treat people. But people accuse me, oh, you're trying to flirt with her if she's good looking. But if she's not, then, oh, you're just being nice.
Is
Like,
it
that's a double standard.
Tell him, dude.
I am telling him.
Oh, it is. I mean, is it weird that I consciously not hit on, but the same thing a little bit more to people that are a little bit less attractive?
I do it too.
I mean, because I
turn it up a little bit more.
Yeah, I do. I think I turn it up on purpose too, because I want to brighten up. I'm not saying they're having a bad day because they're not as attractive, but I just want to say this: like, you know what? The attractive girls get enough. They get enough.
I do it to old women.
It's crazy.
Yeah, old people like.
I carried a woman's stuff out to the car today at the pet
People
store.
that are like the introvert or in the crowd. I got when I first noticed that I started doing it. I used to promote this club down in Toledo. It used to be the Dirty Martini, then it turned into Metropolis on the docks there. And one of I had a team of guys from UT. I used to tell them like, hey, I have a tab. You know what I mean, for situations like this. Don't go to the hot girls. If they're, you know what I mean, and try to buy them a shot or whatever. Don't do that. They're good. Go to the group of girls that are kind of unsure about being there. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
And like they might leave because they're just kind of like, I don't know, I'm out of place kind of thing. That's who you go. That's who you go talk to. That's who you go kind of do your flirt with, your smooth shit with, and you buy them a shot. You know what I mean? Obviously, if they're 21 and up, but just whatever. Give them like a. Because it was 18 and up. Because it was we did college.
I ain't catching no cases on this pod.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, like, there's other ways that I would tell them too. Like, if they're not 21, like, there's other certain things that, like, bring them up on stage. The girls that are like 19, like, the first time off the porch, bring them on stage. They feel like a fucking star. There's like certain little things I used to tell them. Hey, do that to them that are unsure. Like, shout out to all the pretty girls and all that stuff. But guess what? You get enough attention.
The last 6 years, dude, I'm terrified. Like, I'm gonna get in trouble just talking to any of them. Like, they're gonna be offended. You know what I mean? Like, girls don't like that shit now. It seems like the way that you come off as flirty, like, I wish I had that. Like, because I don't like to talk to people anyway. But the way you do it is just conversational. Like, and everybody has the same. What is it? What is that thing? It sounds like a hillbilly thing that you say. You call them like, what do you call them?
Darling.
That's it.
Dude, April's like, you go to Nashville once, you come back on every woman darling.
I had a long stretch of calling women darling because of Sons of Anarchy. Jax from Sons of Anarchy. And then I consciously, my brother said something to me about it one day, and then every time I said it, I was conscious about it. I'm like, fuck. So I ended up throwing it out the window.
So maybe you did it to him because I was with him one day, and we were going golfing, I think. And the girl, don't get me wrong, the girl wasn't nothing special, but he kept saying darling. He said it twice. I'm like, what the fuck, darling? I grew up with you. We ain't, no.
Dude, I don't know. I like it.
I know I did too. I thought, and I
don't
got a
hate
good
it. It's
response
weird.
off of it. I really got, because it wasn't like you're calling him a babe or hun.
She smiled.
Like, darling is something you can call your grandma or you can call a child. You know what I mean?
He's done that
like,
too.
it's not even
when I was all fucked up on my meds from getting my wisdom teeth pulled, my mom was with me, and I'm like, I didn't know. I'm like, hey, darling, can you get my hat for me?
I've heard
you call Miss Lynn darling?
Yeah.
I've heard
like,
you
if
call
I
older
call Miss
lady
Lynn darling,
too.
that's one thing. That's your mom.
Yeah.
You can't be like, you was.
Dude, I was on
funny.
cloud nine.
Where were you at? You did that. I've heard, all ages. I don't think that word applies to any one.
I called this guy's wife Swifty today.
Oh, no.
And then I know the guy.
Okay.
He's a good dude. But I immediately thought of whenever I went to Sam's Stop when I was a kid with my dad, he called Kim, the woman that worked there, Sweetie. I went home and immediately told my mom. I said, Dad called Kim Sweetie.
Did that shit.
Yeah, I ain't playing that bullshit.
I'm appalled, Mikey.
I ain't playing that shit. That's my mom.
Wait a second. So you're calling, he's not allowed to say sweetie, you're allowed to call every girl darling? I'm telling Riot, you need to go tell him.
Right, dog.
I feel bad for Big Mike now.
Is Ride Dog a sports football? Did you guys watch any? We had. Let me bring this in because I don't know if you guys know about this. There's a big concert this weekend, huge concert. In the middle of this concert, they fucking paused it for a little bit. They play a little football.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay.
You know what I mean? But is Riot like a?
Oh, he's
football?
a gamer, but he's not a foosball guy.
But he has sports, wrestling, and MMA. He will watch. Sometimes.
Yeah, he'll watch it. I think he does it more so just to make me feel good. You know what I mean?
Wrestling
I don't think he
or
really
MMA?
gives a shit.
Bullshit.
Both.
When I go over there and I go, the fights are on.
When he was younger,
The guy gets pumped.
now he's doing his own thing.
That's kind of a bummer.
Did you guys watch it at all or no?
Super Bowl?
I watched some of it, yeah.
I watched the whole game, but I was very, very drunk. But yeah. I remember good stuff and
I
bad stuff.
didn't drink. I actually watched it with my girls, dude. I cooked some food. It was just me and the girls, and so I actually like enjoyed. I enjoyed like a bunch of the little shit that was happening. Like you know how when you're drunk and you're talking and you're around a bunch of people, you miss so much shit. He's like, yeah.
He just lived it.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, that was me Sunday.
Oh, I said a lot of stuff that I don't mean, and everybody who's watching, I apologize. After Kansas
Pissed him off
City.
so bad they ain't even watching.
Did you hear about the conspiracy though about your Ravens that they were supposed to be in the Super Bowl?
No, I didn't
The
hear
logo
this.
was colored purple and red, and then like whatever color's on the bottom was supposed to be the Super Bowl winner. So Baltimore was supposed to win this Super Bowl. It's like a conspiracy. It's been right every year, and then this year it was Baltimore.
Don't tell me shit like that.
Swear to God, I knew it was going to be a bummer. 49ers, it was supposed to be 49ers, Baltimore, and they were predicting Baltimore to win the whole thing. And they've been right every year, except 2020.
Well, before
Election years, wrong.
Before we go into the Super Bowl, Drewski, why are you? Because so we are in Southeast Michigan, and I am a fan of Detroit and University of Michigan, everything except for NFL. But I want to hear somebody else. You know what I mean? Drewski is a Packers fan. You know what I mean? But he's from Southeast Michigan. So how did you become a Packers fan?
Well, it's a two-parter. One, Clay Matthews went on this little, like I didn't watch football like that. I just watched like, oh, Tom Brady's probably gonna win the Super Bowl. Back when I started watching football, it was like 2008 or 9. Mm-hmm. It was the same year though. Clay Matthews injured back-to-back weeks. He took out quarterbacks. And he had like this 2-game thing where he had like 6 sacks in 2 games, which is crazy. So I was like, I gotta watch this. Well, then I'm watching Aaron Rodgers throw the ball, and I'm like, oh, that looks different when that dude's throwing it. So I just started tuning into their games, and then all of a sudden I'm diehard Green Bay fan. Charles, I like the whole team. Like I became a fan of everybody on that team. And two-parter, the fact that I like Green Bay, everybody around me who likes Detroit, just can't.
You are so argumentative. That's you know what? That's right up Drewski's alley too, because he's so argumentative. You know what I mean?
Oh, I live for it because I don't usually use. This is the first year I've lost an argument about this whole thing. It's like, because I've been right every year.
Right. The Detroit finally gets good, but you're not a homie hopper though. That's a good thing. You're like, you know what I mean? That's
Oh, I'd never do that. Like
that's the fucking like. There's a bunch of Kansas City fans where I'm like, bro, I got pictures. Pictures are all over the internet of you being this fan.
The worst
You know what I mean?
fans are
That
the Rams fans. Rams fans that went like when Stafford went there and there became
Detroit Rams.
The Detroit Rams was like a real thing. It was trending.
Yeah.
Like they all jumped ship. They're like, oh, that's our guy though. So this year when Rodgers went to Jets, I'm like, I don't want them to beat Green Bay, but if they came out of the AFC and played Green Bay, I'd love it because to me that's the best quarterback in football, right? Mm-hmm. Aaron Rodgers.
Who would you have rooted for if it was Jets and Green Bay?
Oh, I'd have rooted for Jordan Love for sure, but because they're still got like I think Year's the best cornerback, but now watching the Jets, I'm like, oh, Sauce is pretty goddamn good too.
Sauce is a motherfucking beast.
So watching both teams, I feel more bad for the Jets, right? Like they don't have an O-line, they lost their quarterback fucking 3 plays in. I'll switch it in a second. You know what I mean?
Do
like,
your thing.
But it's like such a bummer. Like everything went wrong for the Jets, and they haven't won a Super Bowl. I don't know. They have one. I think they have one win. So I was a little bit rooting for like Aaron Rodgers to like do what Tom Brady did, where he won that Super Bowl the second year. And the quarterbacks Tom Brady went through, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Patrick Mahomes, like he faced a gauntlet when he won the Super Bowl. I wanted Rodgers to go through Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, maybe in the championship, and then play
Lamar.
Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah,
and then
don't leave my man's out, dog.
That
don't
game
do
made
that
me
to
so
me,
sick
cuz.
though. What he did in that playoff game. I'm sorry. Well, Lamar, like it was that was trash. That whole game was trash
Oh, he played his worst game
of the season.
and
he's done that twice now in the playoffs. Like
played his worst game of the season. Last time though, it was because I believe it's because of the layover, because he had so many weeks off because he didn't play for 3 weeks. The last time we were the number 1 seed, he didn't play for 3 weeks.
Well, the refs didn't help you guys much either. There's some missed calls.
Yeah, we ain't gonna even talking about that because we were talking about our teams and Super Bowl and all that other shit. I've never been a Detroit Lions fan. Never. There's one time where I had a Detroit Lions jersey, and the only reason I had it is because I bought my dad a pair of they were 5s, and they were like Detroit. They were kind of
he's a Detroit ride or die though.
Blue.
He pops.
No, not really.
Okay.
It was just there were these Honolulu blue Jays that I bought him, and he didn't have anything to go with him, so I bought him a Herman Moore jersey. And this was when I was in like high school, and it was for his birthday or something. I was like, okay, I got to get him something to match it, and Detroit shit, so whatever. Well, it was too small for him, so I ended up wearing it or having it, because back then you wear just like it was trendy.
Tory
You got to think
jersey.
about early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. It was trendy just to wear jerseys that match hats, that match outfits. But in like 96, so I didn't have a football team. Just because like,
Yeah, same.
like my family in Detroit never went up to Pontiac to go watch a football game. You know what I mean? And then like, I don't know, that might have had something to do with it because it wasn't like in the city. Like I liked Barry, but I didn't have an NFL team. But one thing I knew is I fucking hated Cleveland. I knew that with everything because I was a big Tigers fan growing up. My dad used to take me to all these Tiger games, and who's our rival? Cleveland, right, in our division, right? We got Cleveland that we play. I mean, there's a bunch of different, but
Steelers, yeah.
no, I'm talking about in baseball.
Okay, yeah.
I just hated Cleveland. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
then when Cleveland left and everybody was in an uproar, and they Art Modell with the Baltimore, I was like, oh, okay. I fucking hate Cleveland so much. I'm gonna be a Baltimore fan. And then they drafted Ray Lewis, who I was like so fond of, right?
Beast.
And I wore 52 in high school. That was my football number, like the whole nine. You know what I mean? So, and I just in life, he's just such an inspirational character, like just overcoming adversity and all that different shit that he went through with that murder case and all different shit, and then to be where he's at and then to keep helping out. Like I was just like, dude, that's my guy. So I've been that fucking Baltimore guy. Like I'm not a homie hopper. I will go to Detroit Lions games. You know what I mean? To root on the homies and the home. But when I've been to 4 different Baltimore games where they play somebody else, and 2 of them been the Lions. And best believe when I'm in that building, it's motherfucking Flock La Familia. You know what I mean?
I will tell you this.
Hold on. Just to let you know, Mikey, Flock La Familia. That's the Ravens flock.
I knew that.
I just wanted.
But I knew that term.
I'm just fucking with Mikey.
I will say this though. It was like greatness that you watched back then. If you didn't have a team, like Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher, Tom Brady, Randy Moss. When those 2 teamed up, you're like, oh, they're gonna break the records. And Eli fucked it up. But Strahan that same year broke the sack record, so he was great. But I did almost want Detroit to win for like one person, even though he gives me shit all the time. My grandpa Frank.
Oh yeah.
He has the jersey that's been a fan
Waiting
since
since 57.
57 when they last won before it became an NFL.
No shit, before the merger and all that shit. That was the last time they won.
The realest fan.
Yeah.
Ever. And I was like, oh man, it'd be great for him. But also I hate so many Detroit fans when it comes to football. Like hate them. Like talk mad shit. They post on my Facebook. I don't do this to Detroit fans. There's too many of them. But they post on my Facebook. They put the crying Jordan on my face when I'm at a Green Bay game. They've done all this to me. So I hate that. But him, I'm like, oh, it'd be great for him if they won.
But
then I get in a chat, right? I get in a chat with Grandpa, and I'm like,
He'll
secretly,
fucking
I do
roast
want
you,
you.
though.
I want you to win a little bit. No, he's great when it's just me and him.
Oh, okay.
Well, then I'll go to another chat, like the family group chat with like 15 cousins and shit. And I'll be like, fuck, the Lions screwed it up again. And I'm like, mean as shit. Grandpa's in there, though. But I can't help it. I'm like, fuck them. Because Bobby's in there, Anthony's in there. And I'm like, Lions suck, dude. The Detroit Pussycats lose it again. Right? But then I'll message my grandpa. I'm like, sorry, grandpa. I was rooting for him secretly.
He's a G.
He is
No,
the best.
that's fucked up though. That you're that cousin in that chat.
What do you mean? Because you know what they did when Jordan Love threw the interception against 49ers?
They probably just gave it back to you because all the shit that you give them.
No, Detroit ain't lost yet. That's a lie. You know it's a lie. What did...
They can probably start it, but the one thing
yes.
about Drewski is like,
Yeah.
you start some shit with him,
I don't
he'll
forget.
finish it.
He'll
I don't
finish
forget.
Yeah.
He'll finish it. But the Super Bowl happened this weekend. Obviously, our co-host, our co-pilot Mikey isn't big into the foosball, right?
You know what sucks though? I'm not big into it, not because I don't like it, because I really do like it. Like even watching that game, there's some plays that like I don't even know what some of the shit is, but like I was getting excited. Like I'm like, this is so dope. I just wish I had more time to actually invest in becoming a fan and knowing the stats and knowing the players and all that shit.
I
Right.
think next year,
I think that would be dope.
we're going to come over and sit with you when you watch out. You're going to have to watch
Cause I
our
had
team.
fun. Like I was excited about some of the plays that I happened. I was like, oh, like I was getting up, getting excited, and April's like, why are you like
I'm telling
getting
you.
this excited? I'm like, I don't know. Like it's cool. Like I don't know what the fuck or care who wins or loses.
You
but
have an option
it
right
was
now,
just
too.
fun.
That's crazy. Like, you could become a Chiefs fan right now and just to say, you know what? I wasn't a fan of no teams, And you could just ride this dynasty and be like super excited every year.
But that's what I was going to ask you guys too. Like,
I don't care.
I think it's cool that you guys have your own teams, but like, my thought process would automatically be like, why wouldn't you just be a Detroit fan because we're from here? You know what I mean? Like, that's probably the easiest way to
with every
say,
sport,
you know.
Except for football.
But I think it's cool that you guys both have different teams.
I think Detroit fans kind of piss me off. Most of them. Grandpa's the only one. Like Anthony.
I don't like any sports teams fans that suck. Like that they suck. Because I've seen it.
Detroit fans usually have 2 teams, right? So I started having 2 teams this year, right, when Aaron Rodgers left. Because I thought we were going to suck this year, and I didn't want nobody to give me shit all year, right? So truly, I don't have 2 teams. I have 1 team. I'll root for Green Bay. I'll never buy another jersey, not even a Jets Aaron Rodgers jersey. But Detroit people have always had 2 teams. So when they lose, they can be like...
Not every.
A lot of them. And then they'll be rooting for Tom Brady because he went to fucking Michigan. And it's like, oh, now
those are the ones, bro. Those are the ones that I just can't...
That's like cop-out shit. I don't like
bro,
that.
I can't do the Patriots fans. The Patriots fans that live in Michigan, I can't fucking do it.
Tampa fans now, too.
I can't do it.
God,
they piss me off. They're like, oh, dynasty this, dynasty
Detroit
that.
Rams. They had Detroit Rams jerseys.
Like, they weren't fans until Tom Brady run 3, and then all of a sudden it was, yeah, you know, because he went to Michigan. I've been a fan since he's been to Michigan. Actually, you weren't a fan of him when he went to Michigan because he wasn't even the fucking starter for a long time. Like, a lot of people didn't like Tom Brady at Michigan. Not that they didn't like him, but out of the quarterback battle, that wasn't their choice. Tom Brady wasn't their choice. Remember, there was a quarterback battle. I don't know if you remember this.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It went back and forth.
Yeah.
He won a lot of games, though. He did finish, but I will say this. They did that. I thought a bunch of Detroit fans, even though it's the same division, were going to ride Charles Woodson, who, when you watch Green Bay games, was just lights out. Like, one of the best ever. Could switch positions and be great. But he went to Michigan. So when they won that Super Bowl, they have now Aaron Rodgers. I promise you, if it wasn't the same division, you would have seen Detroit fans with Green Bay, Detroit Lion, Charles Woodson jersey, just because he went to Michigan. Like, because they do
yeah. But you know what, though? On the flip side of that token, though, I know a lot of diehard people that are in their 40s, 50s, you know what I mean, that's been riding.
Yes.
I'm talking about, you know what? Speaking of the Super Bowl, quick shout out to Rob Gonzalez, Lion Eyes. I don't know if you guys ever ran into him. He's the one that he dressed it up. He's got these lion eyes, like glasses. He wears like a helmet. He gives the beads to the kids. Jersey, wears like the pants with the pads in them. He was actually voted Detroit's biggest fan this
I was
year.
just going to ask you if...
Yeah, I've been to a couple different games, like tailgating with him and stuff, man, and he is diehard, like, I mean, kudos to him for this year. You know what I mean? Like, those are the guys I'm really, really happy for this year, is guys like Rob Gonzalez and his whole tailgating crew. The boat gator, or the hot tub gators, I've been to their shit. They bring that hot tub to different places. The UP, this is one of the coolest things, man, about this year being so, like, big. And I've had the opportunity to go to each playoff game, and I just didn't do it because it was between me and like a real Detroit fan. I don't want to take that away from a Detroit fan. I'd rather sit at home and watch my Ravens, or, you know, play with the girls or whatever, you know. But no, like, for all these people that said that they're going to the game and they can finally go to the game and like feel good, and then you got the Youpers that come down here faithfully, bro. And I'm talking, man, these people drive fucking 8-10 hours every week.
Just crazy.
To come down. That's crazy, man. The Youpers shout out to the Youpers up there.
I want to go up there.
I also want to give a quick
we
shout
should
out.
take it on road.
Let's take a road trip up there and do a pod up there at all the like Marquette, and you know what I mean? Stop at the Mackinac Bridge. Let's do all that shit.
Detroit does have a couple faithful, because we do have some in our family, like Brad, Mark, and my grandpa, right? These 3 guys. Do you remember when Detroit played and they had the bags on their head? The fans that went to the game these guys were looking for the game, and it got blacked out. And like, Lions suck. They haven't won a game yet, but they were mad. They couldn't watch the Lions lose that year. Like, they wanted to watch all these games. They were like, whatever, I want to watch my Lions play. I don't give a shit about football. Like me, I'm a football fan. I'll watch any game that comes on. I'll only be a fan for certain games, right? Mm-hmm. But I love football. I just think it's great the way some of these people throw the ball and do things. But they only cared. Like, Brad, you know, you've done a fantasy draft. He drafts all Lions players.
I love them people.
It's crazy.
I love them people.
He took Gibbs, I think, in the first round.
Whenever they were in like the last game that they played, unfortunately they lost. So Brad took the next day off. And Donna was like, Drewski's mom was like, you took tomorrow off? He's like, yeah, Lions played Lions played tonight.
Like it's a given.
Yeah, he had to take the day off,
There was
man.
a family party literally the day before, and I felt bad because I thought there's no way they're beating the 49ers, right? Like, because I watch all the games, and you can ask him.
Oh, bro,
they were all acting
20, what was it, 20?
No chance. We won already. Super Bowl.
Or something like that. Yeah.
They were making plans to go to Arizona because my grandpa stays there, and they were going to make plans to go there and just tailgate the Super Bowl. Not even maybe get tickets because right now you got to be super rich to go to the Super Bowl, but just to go there and like tailgate with my grandpa because Lions are in the Super Bowl. They were already planning it. It was already happening.
Arizona.
Wasn't the Super Bowl in Arizona this year?
No, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, you're right. I'm wrong.
Arizona, I think it was last year.
But Arizona is a quick little drive too.
Well, I was about to say.
Is that what it is? Okay.
That's one of the things is that all the people that I know that were planning on going to the Super Bowl, a lot of them said that they were going to fly into Arizona or they're going to fly in at a bunch of different places because it's cheaper to fly into Arizona than rent and then rent a
quick
car
drive.
and then it's a 4-hour drive, 4.5-hour drive to Vegas.
Yeah, it's easy.
It's way cheaper. The flights out of Michigan for Las Vegas was crazy. It was like, and to San Francisco. Like San Francisco was like $1,700 a flight. Shit like that. And it's like nobody should ever have to pay $1,700 for a fucking flight. I don't give a fuck where you're going in the United States. Like, but it got ridiculous, man. It got ridiculous. I was watching Sunday. As a Baltimore fan, I'm kind of how the Lions fans are. Like, you were that close.
Green Bay
you were in the NFC Championship. You were in the AFC Championship. You were that close. You were one game away from being in this game. So I kind of watched it as, I'm a fan of football, so I'm going to watch it. But I honestly, for me, the Super Bowl there's so much different stuff that goes into it. And I'm not like the biggest fan of everything surrounding it because it's gotten bigger than football, almost too much bigger than football.
Crowd was mostly celebrities this year. That was wild too.
Yeah, it was just, this was one of the most wildest Super Bowls I can remember that had so many things that didn't have to do with the actual game itself.
McCaffrey couldn't afford tickets to the game for his mom. Like, that's crazy. Like, did you see that? Because they were so expensive. And they're like,
afford it. He just signed a $200-something million contract. He can afford it.
He gets $12 million a year. Don't get me wrong, right? But like, his mom didn't want to be sitting. She was like box, and it was like 1 point.
Oh yeah, you couldn't get a box
because she didn't want to be like the way she acts. Probably is like how me or you act during. Most of those fans aren't going to act the way they're not. Chiefs or 49ers fans. They're Super Bowl fans. Mm-hmm. They want to be seen at the Super Bowl and go to the Super Bowl. She's probably like how we are watching our teams, or like how Grandpa is watching the Lions, like screaming, yelling shit she shouldn't. Like, you know what I mean? Fuck them, die. Right? So she was like, I want a box, and I'll watch my son. But she's like, we can't afford it this year, so, we won't go. But, like, crazy that they couldn't afford to go to that Super Bowl. And you see, like, Melissa Milano, Charmed. I don't know if you guys know who that is.
I know the name.
She had a GoFundMe for, like, her son's baseball team. And then she went to the Super Bowl on another charity.
She had a GoFundMe for her kid's baseball game?
For, like, their team. It's a traveling team. Anyway, it was a big story on, like, Twitter and shit. Right? Not a big deal to any of us.
Fucking scumbags.
So like people
scumbags, Mike. I don't give a fuck.
So they were hating on her, but she was there to like sign stuff for this charity, right? She was only there for the charity, so her tickets were probably free. But like she just didn't feel right paying for all the kids' stuff, whatever. So anyway, like that's what the crowd was. That was like bad seats. That's bad seats. That's Melissa Milano on Charmed. So imagine like.
So yeah, Mike Vellini, and I love. Do you guys know who Mike Vellini is? He does the afternoon show. 97.1 The Ticket, right? He's from New York, but he went to Michigan State, and he's been in Michigan ever since, and he's like 40-something years old, so he's been from Michigan more than half his life. Big State fan, so I can't stand him, because he's, anybody that knows who I'm talking about, he's a certain way, and I don't like it. But I think he does a really good show, and he has a bunch of really good content and really good point of views, and he said it, he explained it best, and I'll paraphrase, but he was just saying, like, telling people that to go to San Francisco to watch Detroit and San Francisco play, that's what you should do. Do not save it for the Super Bowl. Not because he didn't think that the Lions will get to the Super Bowl, but because the Super Bowl is so expensive and it's not even for the fans anymore. Like to actually go, there's not even for the fans. So your best bet to have that experience as a fan is to go to San Francisco. And I felt him on that because
I agree.
One thing, and I love watching everything about the Super Bowl and all the like the build up and everything. And the halftime show is really cool for me. Like I you know what I mean? Because I'm so big into music and I always want to know like how's such and such going to fare, whatever. But I just can't believe, man, like if Baltimore would have made it, I can't imagine paying all that money to go there for one. And even if I had the money to go, I almost feel like I don't know if I would go, just because it's like the who's who type. I guess what I'm saying is like I'd go on to not go on a rant, but I would be ranty and be like, I'm boycotting fucking going to the Super Bowl because it's not for us. Like there's people that don't even give a fuck about football there just because they're celebrities.
I got a hot take.
And then on top of that, they give some of these people tickets. Like if you're a big enough celebrity, they give you tickets to go. There were some people in the building, I don't want to call them out, but they called themselves out on Twitter. You can go for yourself and look that they got given the tickets so they can be in the crowd, so they can do those celebrity cutaways during the game.
Leo the Snowman.
A hot take though. You know what
I mean?
People, you know who got the most
100%.
hate? They got the most hate at the Super Bowl. Taylor Swift. You know who's probably the biggest Chiefs fan right now though? Of all the people who are there, Taylor fucking Swift.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. She's rooting for her boyfriend. Like imagine you're in a Super Bowl in April not going to root for you, wearing a Chiefs jersey. That's crazy. That's crazy to even think anything else, right? So she's there rooting for her boyfriend and she got destroyed. She's been getting destroyed.
People are just stupid.
It's crazy, right? Like
if your girlfriend isn't rooting for you, and no matter what you're doing like that, she's not the one.
Exactly.
Like, so why are you?
and she's also defeating.
I think she got too much hate, to tell you the truth.
I do.
100%.
She's the biggest Chiefs fan right now, besides Patrick's wife.
If you're gonna hate on anybody, hate on like the NFL or whoever is giving her all that shine nonstop. Like she's there to support. She's not there to get the shine.
And
she didn't even want to go on stage afterwards.
Right.
Whenever he
I'd
was up
seen
there,
that,
that was dope.
And she did the performance, the pregame performance, all that stuff. She already had her shine. But what I really love about, and I don't know if this had something to do with Kelsey not having a good first half, or if it was planned, but she wasn't on TV as much as I thought she would be. But then I thought about it after the game. This is after the game. I'm like, fuck, Kelsey didn't even really do nothing in the first half. Maybe that's why, because she's the cutaway celebrity. She's the cutaway celebrity for when it's just like when
Good moments, they don't use the bad moments. I agree.
It's just like anytime. So let's take for example when the Kelsey brothers played each other, right? One for Philadelphia, one for Kansas City in the Super Bowl. They would cut to her mom how many times? Nobody said a word about it. They all loved it because Kelsey's, Travis and Jason Kelsey's mom is.
I seen him a lot actually during the Super Bowl. Jason Kelsey.
I did too. Yeah.
It's gotta be weird for him wearing the Chiefs shit.
I thought it was great. Yeah, I thought it was great though that like he's become like this celebrity, even though he just had he had a Hall of Fame career.
Oh, one of the best ever.
Is he still playing, or is he?
He retired this year.
Oh, he retired. It was after the Philadelphia game, a couple days later, or a few weeks later, or whatever. He ended up retiring.
So I don't know if I'm right, but I don't think he wore Chiefs gear at any other. Last year they played each other. But I don't think he ever did this before he was retired.
I mean, that's a wild story too.
He would never, ever wear Chiefs gear. He's in Chiefs gear this year because he's retired. And, he was, in the skills challenge, just running it still. At his age, very bad, bad knees, bad back, all that shit that comes with being a great football player and just owning it, still being great. I can't see somebody not trying to pay him, stupid money to come back. But anyway.
Dude, listen, tell you the truth, man. They got a podcast together, okay?
Pretty great. New heights.
I like it. But I like it because of Jay Kelsey, not because of Travis. Travis is cool. I'm not hating on Travis, by the way. I like Travis Kelsey. I've always liked him. I've always thought he played with a little bit of swagger and he brought some fun to the game.
Don't get me wrong. Sometimes, I ain't gonna lie.
Don't get me wrong. Well, lately it's been bugging me, but we'll talk about that here in a second. But his brother is so genuinely you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of Taylor Lewan in his podcast that they do in that bus or whatever that
Bussin' with the Boys.
Bussin' with the Boys, yeah. It reminds me of your bro dude.
I like him even more than
you
those
see what
guys.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where Travis is too cool for school.
Yeah.
But Jason's bro, we're just doing our thing. Right?
He's us three down in the basement.
Exactly.
That's how he comes off to me.
He's not too cool, and I like that. I really like that about him. But like I said, not trying to hate on Travis Kelsey.
No.
You know what I mean? We share the same first name. He's one of the only other dudes that can wear that name and be cool with it. But
I'm surprised. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at you. I was waiting for it because it's the
I
first
was trying
time
to breeze past it.
Yeah, because I'm fucking.
I was real shocked.
I'm different about my. I'm grown now though, bro. This is the.
I got to text Donnie about it.
No, don't get him involved. Donnie cannot yell my government name in public. He cannot not yell it in public.
I want to yell.
I don't care where we're at.
It's so fun.
I got a video of me being in Lions game where We're like,
you respond
he's
to
like 2 sections over. And I look over and I'm taking a video of Anthony Bellino. Shout out to Anthony Bellino. Does all like a lot of the different, not just the halftime stuff, but some of the announcing for games, Michigan sports, University of Toledo, Lions games, all the different stuff, sideline stuff. And I'm trying to get some video because I love sending Anthony some videos during the game. You know what I mean? Like, supporting. Like, hey man, I see you. I see you out there doing this and doing that. And I go and Donnie is literally, as I'm taking the video, you see Donnie like at the top corner of my video, like you can't not see him. So after I get like, I kind of pan up, you know how you're zooming in, I pan up and it's Donnie just giving me the birds. And I can see his mouth saying, Travis, fuck you, Travis.
Do you respond to it in public?
If
somebody yells like, okay, you're not looking, somebody's across the room and somebody just yells, Travis, do you look? You don't, do you?
No.
That's crazy. Can you imagine?
It's fun though.
No, because you wonder why I don't look because I know the distinctive voices that call me Travis. I know the distinctive voices. One of them's not
Donnie
alive,
says
my
a real
grandmother.
Distinctive.
And Donnie
He always says it with an attitude like Travis.
He never fuck. Okay, so we'll be in a setting where it's like some professional people, and he'll call me TJ, right? Which is kind of like you would think it'd be the opposite. He'd call me my government, but when he's pissed drunk, oh, I'm Travis all day long.
He knows what gets to you.
That's how I learned his name was Travis. I never knew it.
Donnie?
Until, we were at Larson's one day and he's like,
now.
oh, fucking Travis.
He said it on the pod. Crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
Hey, because we're progressing. I'm progressing as a
I always
human
thought
being.
it was literally TJ.
I'm progressing as a human being. I'm trying to be a grown-ass man, dog.
It's just crazy. I didn't expect
word
it.
to Royce Defy 9, grown-ass man, dog.
You know who else I like as a podcaster? Julian Edelman.
I've never seen him on a podcast.
He has his own now. And it's hilarious.
Really? I like Julian Edelman.
Because he talks...
Julian Edelman, sorry.
I know you don't know Bill Belichick, right? Because you don't... You
Yeah,
know
I
who
do.
he is, but you don't, like... He has this, like,
don't know
way
him
about him.
personally, no.
He does
they
an
were in
impression
Vegas
of him.
together at one.
Yeah.
Him and Dana White. It was him, Dana White, Bill Belichick. It was at a casino.
He went to a
Wild.
UFC event? Did
Huh?
he go to a UFC event?
Belichick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit.
I don't know.
Oh, fucker. I was like, no way. I can't imagine. Just because he's, like, almost autistic, right? Like, he's different.
Here we go. Yeah.
I'm
We were
being
doing
serious.
so well for so long. I felt like we were there.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
I don't think it's a bad thing either, but
It makes him a good coach. But he don't, like, the way he talks to people in the
so
press.
close. So close.
He is, maybe. I don't know. Back in his day, they weren't on the spectrum. He's on it, though. You know what I mean?
You know what's so funny is that it actually makes sense,
Right?
But it's just funny the way you say.
Julian Edelman just said it, I think, somewhere.
It's the way you say it, Drewski, that makes it.
Now, he's great because he does Randy Moss impressions. He's like, Edelnut. He says it just like Randy Moss does. He's a great podcast.
Bro, we were just talking about Randy Moss because Randy Moss
Greatness.
and Jason Williams went to the same high school, right? Jason, you guys don't
Basketball
remember
player.
J-Dub, White Chocolate? Yeah, basketball player. Went to the NBA. Mm-hmm. All this different shit. So they went to the same high school, played football together, played basketball together, right? And we were just talking about this because, like, stereotypically, you would think that Jason Williams would if you closed your eyes and you didn't know him, like you seen a picture of him, then you closed your eyes and Randy Moss started talking, you would think it was Jason Williams.
Yeah.
If Jason Williams started talking, you would think it was Randy Moss. It's so crazy how they're from the same place, same high school.
He's real country.
He talks like he's been working on cars his whole life in the driveway.
He does it good.
Yeah.
And J Dub's like, know what I mean? So, you know, like it's almost like he's got a little down south twang mixed with a little New York accent, you know what I mean? Talking about, oh man, it was crazy that night we was out there. But you know, but anyway, like yeah, I can't do the J Dub because it's not really a good impression of J Dub. But Randy Moss definitely looks like he's changed a couple carburetors with a case of beer before.
It's what's crazy is like people didn't know that was a good impression of him when Julian Edelman did it, but it's perfect.
It's perfect, isn't it? Dog, his Hall of Fame speech was like, it was so great because of what he was saying, and I couldn't get, not that I couldn't get past, but like I loved, like I couldn't not hear his accent. Like I fell in love with it. Like, oh, that's dope.
Did you guys like the Eli Manning Super Bowl commercial? Where he does that rap?
Let's get into commercials,
didn't
dude.
catch it.
Yes.
You didn't see it? Oh my
I
god.
only seen the last 20 minutes of the game.
He's like, Brady's the GOAT. Psych, I lied. I beat him twice or something.
Yeah, Eli Manning did a battle. Like it was supposed to be a battle. You know what I mean? A little line on
And
the
it's
football
he
field.
got the guys from that like meme where they like, oh, where everybody freaks out. He got those guys around him, and he does that thing. But I beat him twice. It is sweet. It makes me like Eli. I never liked him before, but I like him now.
Speaking of the commercials, man, like, what'd you guys? Let's go to the commercials for a minute.
Top
what was
three?
your favorite commercial?
I think Michael Cera killed it. Did you see that one? Sarah V.
I'm disappointing you guys today.
My God,
Why?
that's the best commercial by far.
Because I planned on watching, I really did, but then we just got real involved in some shit at home. Was like,
Y'all was just fucking. Just say it. Y'all was fucking and
I
not
don't
even
wanna hear
enjoying
that.
the goddamn game.
no, not at all. We were like,
Earmuffs.
getting stuff ready for Riot's Valentine's box and stuff at school, like, and then we started playing games and made snacks. And we went to the park because it was nice that day.
That's actually a really. I went to the park
It's
earlier
wholesome,
that day.
but
Yeah,
Yeah, I went to the park earlier. Oh no, I didn't. We
But
went
I
the
can
day
tell you
before.
my favorite commercial was the Uber Eats one with Jelly Roll in it.
Jelly roll.
Oh, when he says
Somebody
"Take
doodle
it
on my
off,"
face.
where you forget, yeah, Jennifer.
Yeah, I
you
thought
liked
that
it
was
too.
great.
It wasn't just Jelly Roll. You like Jennifer Aniston too.
Oh, Jennifer Aniston, she just gets,
Yeah.
she's like a fine wine, just gets better with age.
But I really thought, speaking of
David
your boy,
Swimmer, like, it was cool to see David Schwimmer in it. Like,
Yeah.
I worked with you for 10
I
years.
hate this
She's like,
place. I hate this town.
yeah.
It's a great commercial.
No,
it was a
great.
great commercial because I feel like every character in it like embraced what their biggest
yeah.
moment
Yeah.
is, or one of the biggest things about them. Like it wasn't like this
Yeah.
script could be written for you, or you could say it, or you could say it. It was specific to
yeah.
the characters. Like you said with your boy Jelly Roll, man. When he said,
That was so
"Did somebody
cool.
doodle on my face," like that, I thought that was fucking genius. Yeah, I really enjoyed that commercial, man.
That one
That's a
was
good
good.
one.
That was a fun one.
But you guys didn't watch the Sarah V one?
What's the
I didn't
Sarah
see
V?
it.
I don't know what you're. Who's Sarah V?
It's like it's Sarah V as a lotion, but it's almost like a roast to those Matthew McConaughey cologne, I think it is, or Lincoln. You know what I mean? He kind of attacks every commercial that takes itself too serious in the funniest way possible. He's like, put a little me on you, and he's like rubbing himself down. It ends up being himself that he's like massaging. It's just a hilarious commercial because he's like, and then he stops and it goes and you see like the executives. He's like, I want him to think I had something to do with it because it's Sarah V, and they're like, no, you gotta watch it. I wish I could watch it with you guys.
So
I didn't. Maybe I didn't catch that. There's like just a couple of in between game time things that I just didn't catch because I was being fat.
And I'll tell you this: if you go on social media,
I know
pick-
it's the best. Super Bowl snacks.
most people agree with me on social media. I will say this, because it was like Chiefs win 25%, 49ers win 0%, Michael Cera wins 75%. Like that was the things. Like his commercial was that good that like it overshadowed everything.
Damn, I'm gonna have to go look at it now.
You guys are gonna like it.
I got a two-parter for you guys. Question:
Okay.
Are the Super Bowl commercials still as expensive to run? And do you think the quality are still the same as it was back in like late 90s, early 2000s?
Go ahead.
To me, I'll say they're more expensive. Obviously,
They are more expensive now?
Oh, yeah.
See, I didn't
Oh,
know
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
I thought they might go down.
No,
Nope.
no. They went way up.
They'll never go down.
That's crazy.
They're that big. But I will say, think about the history of like when like the Budweiser, like
Frogs.
I know,
Yeah.
the Budweiser, like there's so many different
Yeah.
things.
That one was
like
huge.
Pepsi. Here's another big one. Pepsi. Do you remember a Pepsi commercial this year?
This year, no.
Okay, well, Pepsi used to do
Yeah.
what? It used to be the Pepsi halftime show, right?
Yep. And they used to
Pepsi used to be all through the commercials, right?
Yep.
Why is Pepsi not in it no more? Pepsi used to put on. They used to do like the celebrity like commercials. Like they were big on the celebrity stuff. You know what I mean? But to answer your question though, yeah, like they're more expensive.
They
It's
did
a
the
fact.
little girl from Bicentennial Man. I don't remember. She was a
But
big
I
deal
don't-
for like 30 seconds back in the day. Yeah, they used to do really good commercials.
They used to do crazy
biggest,
commercial, and like now it's like they do have decent
Yeah.
commercials, but I just don't believe that they're what they used to be.
They used to have the biggest celebrity of the moment. Like whoever everybody was talking about was
Yep.
in their commercial.
Yeah,
But I wonder if that's because of the way everything's so accessible to us now.
On
Like
YouTube.
before, like we didn't have YouTube, we didn't have Facebook, MySpace,
Agreed.
all that shit. So like whenever you saw something big like that, it was more powerful. Now
can
it's
I-
like I see that every day.
that's a
you know
good
what I mean?
because
Because
at the
we-
same
we
time they're
receive that all the
spending
time.
so much money throughout the year
I can counter that though.
on internet type stuff. I get what you're
And
saying.
just attention wise, like
Just
I'll
think
say
about
absorbing so much.
Okay,
now.
think about like this: if your budget was, let's say, for Pepsi, and I'm just throwing numbers. Let's say a Pepsi budget is like $50 million a year in 1999. right? It's $50 million a year. Okay, you know that you're gonna $1 million a spot, so you're gonna have 3 spots, so that's $3 million of your budget. You know what I mean? Well, you can afford more than that, so now you can do the halftime show. Blah 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 blah. Right? Whereas now, on that same budget, because money's different, let's say $100 million budget, you're spending 60, 70 million a year throughout the year because there's so many more things to spend it on. Like, if you think about it, like, that's a good point, Mikey. Like,
I think, though, one thing I'll say with social media is you can't be late to the party. So these commercials, you have to see them when they come out. Like, yes, you can see them the next day, but you ain't a part of the conversation if you don't watch it during the Super Bowl, because people are in real time being like, did you see Michael Cera on that fucking CeraVe commercial? In real time, he'll get, it's like billions, right?
That's why you would think.
So at the same time, you need it to hit. You need it to hit and catch on so that it catches on social media. It can't just be a YouTube scroll through like, oh, skip it. I want to skip it 30 seconds in. I want to finish this commercial.
That goes to my point. That's why you would think, or to your point, actually, that's why you would think that the commercials would be bigger now.
I think they are.
Because they can trend. Like, think about the Dunkins. The Dunkins band commercial. It's been trending like a motherfucker. That's the one with Ben Affleck. Matt, what's his name? Matt Damon?
Damon.
The Boston Boys.
Lopez, is that right? Jennifer Lopez, isn't it?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
That's the Jennifer Lopez. Oh, yeah.
I thought all 3 were in.
She's with Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
I thought all 3 were in. I'm not sure, though.
But to Mikey's point, though, too, also, is that or you said it too, Drewski, is that, like, it used to be the who's who of that time, right? So whoever's trending. So it would make sense, like Jelly Roll, that would make sense. Jelly Roll is on a trajectory that's bigger, one of the top, we'll say 5 artists in the world trajectory right now, right? Is Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
That makes sense, right? Does Jennifer, or what's the, not Jennifer, Jennifer Aniston, right? Ben Affleck, to these people that are not as relevant right now, they're characters from the past. You get what I'm saying? Like, they actually have the spotlight more than so many of the who's who now.
Okay,
does that make sense?
Hear me out on this one though.
Sure.
Jennifer and him, right? Jennifer and Schwimmer, right? They're on that commercial.
Schwimmer, that's his name. Yeah.
So back then, people used to watch, like, Friends, I think, had like 22 million
Oh,
viewers.
I'm a huge Friends fan.
Forever, right?
Love 'em.
Most
I need
people.
to try it. I got to try to watch it again.
So hear me out though. Like, if you're gonna introduce people to a character like Jelly Roll, right? Greatest guy in the world. You introduce them to your best friends, Jennifer Aniston, David Schwimmer. You bring them right into the commercial. Like, not everybody knows.
Did you work on the marketing team, Drewski? Did you work on the marketing team? Because that actually goes together, doesn't it? It actually fucking makes sense.
Well, like, they hit a lot of little people in it. Like, those are the 2 I remember too. Those 3 people: Jelly Roll, Schwimmer.
Yeah, there's a few other people on there.
Famous people, right? Mm-hmm. But like the way it goes, it's like they kind of end it with Jelly Roll, but they start you with your friends, right? Like we all know, 22.5 million people watch that show, and then 50 million people watch on Netflix. So that's a great way to start.
Why did they take it off Netflix?
Because they didn't own the rights to it forever. So they could take that show and then resell it, and all those actors make more money, and the directors and the writers.
Every time they do it, like, it's a whole.
They make money forever.
I was bummed. I used to watch that every night to go to bed.
Did you guys see? And I'm going to soften it up for a quick second because I have girls. I love the Dove commercial. The Dove, like the soap and everything. It was a Dove commercial, and it was basically what it was young female athletes, like, fucking up or tumbling or whatever, right? Having like a minor failure moment and getting back up. And the whole thing was like basically like, that's what you're supposed to do. Like, you're getting back up. There is no, almost like, what I took from it was almost like, there is no time to like cry. Like, you're no longer in that, oh, I'm a girl, I can cry and I don't have to, like, no, you're getting back up. Like, you're part of everybody else. We're equality now. Like, you're going for it. You know what I mean? And it was just like one of them. It was a subtle commercial. It wasn't one that stuck out to you, but it stuck out to me. Obviously, because I'm a softie now. I got girls and shit.
Were they crying in the commercial? Because I think that's bigger. As well,
he's like, you got to make him cry. If you make him cry, you're definitely getting more.
Can you imagine a man getting up crying and this is one thing women can do that guys can't do though. Like, imagine a woman crying and getting back up and doing something and then like conquering it, right? If a guy starts crying, that shit's over.
Yeah, and all of a
We're
sudden,
shutting it down.
Defeated.
We're shutting it
yeah,
down.
all of a sudden you're a wimp and all this other shit.
So it's like a lot of
That's a double standard.
that fucking double
yeah,
standard.
but-
We're gonna
but
have a whole
it-
fucking.
But
pod
how
about
emotional is
double
it when a girl is
standards.
crying and fucking conquers whatever it is she just to make? Like,
Oh, now it's
kinda,
big.
It's huge. It's always
Oh,
the
it's
biggest
big. You
moment.
overcome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I will say this on the commercial side of it. I hated the Pfizer commercial. Because now I'm
creepy.
Thank you. It's the most creepiest shit I've ever seen, and 100%.
What was it about?
It was about they took like pictures of all these famous scientists, which is such this whole thing makes me crazy.
Dude, they're definitely the Illuminati.
It has to be something like that for sure.
They're
Your
definitely
boy.
the Illuminati.
Your
Not in a
boy.
good way.
This is crazy though. Like
No,
to
I mean
have
the
all
real
these scientists
Illuminati.
would have never co-signed on this shit to like make a bunch of people, and then it came out like today,
So
like after the Super Bowl, that they have DNA in
You didn't see it, Mikey, obviously?
this shit
No.
is
Basically,
wild.
what it is they're like, to get you to trust in Pfizer,
Co-signing.
they're co-signing all these different people that worked for Pfizer and all this different stuff that made all these great vaccines for us, like penicillin, all this different stuff, right?
They didn't-
And like all these scientists and all this stuff, they didn't.
They didn't technically co-sign, right? They're using paintings and they're moving their mouths.
Yeah.
So they make it look like these people are all with
Yeah.
them, but they're not. None of these people would have been
Bro,
with this
like
shit.
it's old people that have nothing to do with fucking Pfizer. I'm talking about like paintings
Crazy.
on a wall from
How do
like
they even get away with that?
Dude,
That's a good
so
question.
like it's like
I don't know.
it's like 1790 1870 fucking characters on paintings on a wall moving their mouth like Drewski said.
But they're singing that song,
And
Queen.
yeah,
It's huge right now. It became huge in the last 5 years again, that Queen song. So it's wild,
Listen,
wild stuff.
It's definitely some Illuminati shit where they're trying to like fucking get you to.
Trust
it just
them.
felt really
It left a lot of people bad though.
cult.
Yeah, a lot of people have a bad taste around now because of that
It
commercial.
felt cult.
Like anybody who wasn't
They're
like,
already
And
down
this is
right
how
now.
you knew.
Right.
So you just
This is how you knew it was
dug
culty.
that hole deeper.
This is how
well,
you
then
knew
the
it
guy
was
from
culty.
Florida came out and was like, they put DNA in it and it fucks with your DNA. That he's like, no, I researched it. I'm a doctor. I'm telling you. And he's like, on a human level, I just, you know what I mean? I feel like it damages your soul or something like that, which is just crazy to say. It sounds like, but he feels that way.
Don't say that because that's the vaccine I got when I was actually getting vaccines back in the day.
You got the Pfizer one?
I got the Pfizer. I never got the. I got the 2 Pfizer and never got the boosters.
So you got 2 at once. You did Travis Kelce.
No, not 2 at once.
Okay. Yeah, you
No.
got the
Each
two
arm.
things at once.
No, you couldn't get it back then. You got one shot, and then you got to wait like 2 weeks and go back and get another shot. What I'm saying is, after that commercial, well, way before that commercial, I haven't got any other vaccines. I'm not a big vaccine.
I think most America's like,
But ever since that commercial came out, I can't, like, at least a couple times throughout the day, I can't stop thinking about how creepy that shit was and how I feel, Mikey, I feel in my soul like I did the wrong thing by taking a fucking the vaccine that had Pfizer on it. Like, I'd rather take the fucking Johnson & Johnson motherfucking Popeyes fucking chicken oil in my fucking veins right now.
yeah, it's wild. Like you're gonna see
That
it.
5 o'clock gin vaccine.
I'm not even
On
talking
a
about
brighter
Johnson
note-
& Johnson baby powder. I'm talking about Johnson & Johnson and the fucking barbecue joint. Like, that's what I'm talking about. I'd rather take their fucking oil off their fucking pan and shoot it in my veins right now.
On a brighter note, though.
Okay, sorry.
Deadpool.
Was that too much?
No, I don't think it's
Okay.
too much at all.
Deadpool 3 looks amazing.
Yeah, that's what I...
And they did a
fucking
great job.
The movie commercial fucking spots
Was she
was
there?
the shit.
Was his wife there?
She was
Yeah.
there.
Because I seen
'Cause
him
she's
like a
Taylor
meme
Swift's
with him,
friends.
like, yeah, you guys
He's
all
so
seen
funny.
the
He stayed home with his
trailer,
kids.
See my
but
mom.
yeah, have you seen my wife or whatever?
Yeah.
Super funny.
It's great.
Why
It's
was she
great.
there? What was she doing?
She's Taylor Swift's friend.
They went
Her
to
and
like
Taylor Swift
like
are
Oh,
real big-
BFFs.
real
cool.
friends. So she was like rooting for. She looked like she was as excited as any
Oh,
real
genuinely happy.
for Kansas City fans. Like, cause she was like rooting for them. Like at one moment she's like, "No fucking way!" Like, did that just happen? Like a great play, and she reacted to it like a fan would. So I give them those people in that box. I give a pass.
When they started doing like the celebrity what do they call that? I said it earlier.
View around or whatever. Like,
Spotlight type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been drinking now. See, in the second half, I need you guys to like fucking tell me shit because I can't think of shit. But when they do like the cutaways for the celebrities, like, Shaq was on there. Obviously, fucking Beyonce. Oh, by the way, the Beyonce break the fucking internet. I thought that was okay. That was decent. It wasn't as corny as I thought it was gonna be. Because I don't know. I think they just do really corny shit for B. But
What
anyway,
did they do?
They had her break. So she, how they say the term breaking the internet.
Yeah.
Well, it's a Verizon commercial, and they're talking about all this new bandwidth and everything, and they're like, "But you can't break this." And so she does all these different things to try to break the internet or break the bandwidth. She even goes and does the first concert in space.
Oh, I like that. I didn't see that
shit.
one.
And it was a good concept. I really liked it. I just because of the Beyonce Beehive, like she's such a pop icon. Like,
is that her fan's name?
The Beehive. Yeah,
that is dope.
And
yeah.
And which I thought I thought the Bloods might have a problem with it because that's what Bloods call like their honeycomb hideout, like where they chill at in the block. You know what I mean? Like that's the Beehive. Yeah, like YG. Don't something if you didn't come up with me in the Beehive. You know what I mean? Like that's what the Bloods call it in LA. But anyway, we're not talking that shit. That's not this episode. Yeah, yeah. That's what I said. Disclaimer. So anyway,
I'm gonna drink out of my cup. Refreshing.
But the celebrity cutaways, I enjoyed all that. You know, Jay-Z and Beyonce. I'm glad that they fucking showed everybody that was in the building. That's cool and whatever. Even though I can't afford a ticket, but what I was a little bit disappointed in, and it's just a personal thing of mine, is Kyle Juszczyk's wife. Kyle Juszczyk used to play for Baltimore, now he plays for San Francisco. His wife has been fucking making just some amazing apparel for everybody, like custom apparel for everybody in the NFL lately.
She the blonde?
Like Dirty Blonde, I think, right?
I don't know, honestly. I didn't know the story.
I'll show you a picture over here.
She the woman that put that jacket on post, or no?
No, that was actually.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, that was
right?
that was Patrick Mahomes' wife. I'm trying to think
She's
of
the
her
one who got
name.
to wear it.
What's
He
her name?
wasn't something Mahomes.
Kelly Mahomes? No,
I don't know. I'm not. Can I be honest? I'm not a huge fan of her or his little brother. Like
his little brother's a fucking creepo.
The only person on that team I really like is him, and like maybe like a cornerback or two.
Yeah,
but he's the only guy, and it's hard to root for him because those videos of those two.
I know his brother's a fucking creepo, but no, but that was Patrick Mahomes' wife that put that jacket on him because Kyle Juszczyk's wife actually. So Kyle Juszczyk plays for San Francisco, but she does shit for the Chiefs, for Taylor Swift. Like she's went viral. So I read this thing, and I don't know how you guys can Google fact me all you want. I don't know. I just read it real quick.
We're gonna believe you.
When you're scrolling through, and it said something about in the last month. Like it had all these stats of Kyle Juszczyk's wife, how like she reached all within a month. She reached 1 million followers. And there's a bunch of different stuff because she's put together some dope shit, some really, really dope custom shit, like them long coats, them puffy long coats that she put together for Taylor Swift. You know what I mean? This is all before the Super Bowl. This is like just during the season and shit.
So wait a second.
In the last like couple months.
Kyle Juszczyk's wife. Okay, before it was okay.
No, that's what I'm saying. This is before.
Make that coat now.
No, this is way before. But I'm glad you mentioned Post Malone. Because this is where I say some real unpopular shit.
You hate Post?
I love Post. This is where I say some real unpopular shit. Post Malone had so you know how they did the 3 songs? They did the national anthem, Black National Anthem, and
Star Spangled Banner?
Yeah, it's the one.
Yeah, no, that's the national anthem.
I don't know.
But
Beautiful for spacious wise, blah, 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 blah.
I don't know the name of the song. I can sing it to you word for word. America the Beautiful.
There you go.
Okay. Post Malone fucking killed it.
Why is that unpopular?
Because
People are hating on
Reba didn't do the best job at singing the national anthem.
But people
in my
love
opinion.
Reba.
And I think Reba's great. I know how much of an icon she is. Reba McEntire.
You know what never top though? Luke Combs last year, right? And didn't he do the...
No, that was Chris Stapleton, I thought.
That's it. Even better. Shit, my bad. I forget their names. Country music. Don't listen to a ton of it. But I did listen to it. Amazing. Like you'll never be able to top it, right? Like when somebody does it at that level, like how do they get over it? So they tried all these different. Reba, huge. Post Malone, even maybe bigger than Reba. I don't know. It's hard to say. But
it's hard. She was in a different era, you know.
But when you talk about the national anthem, like, well, for me, Jimi Hendrix. The guitar, national anthem.
What year was that?
That wasn't a Super Bowl. I think that was just like his version of national anthem. But Super Bowl, like the Boyz II Men, I think. Oh my God, Boyz II Men is like my favorite. Fucking, Oh,
That
they
was
killed it.
2 years ago, 3 years ago.
No, this is years and years ago.
Didn't they
But
go back to the Super Bowl recently? Boys the Men, 100%. Something.
yeah,
like
they
them.
did do something. It might have been American the Beautiful. You know, they do like 3 different songs. But what I'm saying about Reba is this is why, like, kind of to me, Post Malone. They had this interview with all 3 people that were going to be singing before the show.
Oh.
And Post Malone said, "I'm not nervous at all. Like this is, you know what I mean. Like I'm just honored to be here. Like obviously, I know that out of us 3, I'm not that great a singer. You know what I mean. I'm a performer. I'm into this. I'm that. And they're like, oh no, Post. But he's also a musician. That's what people forget is that he's a musician. He's a producer. He's a singer. He's a rapper. He's a writer. All this different shit. So he's playing the guitar doing this. I always give big ups to people that can actually like play the music too. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And for him to have the weakest voice, because
sure.
probably out of those 3, he has the weakest voice, but to do the best performance of that particular song was like, that was huge for me as being a Post fan.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm nerding out right now because I'm a
think
Post fan and maybe I went too deep in it.
I bet you he also
man.
worked
He
the
did great.
hardest too. Like trying.
He probably did.
You know what I
He
mean?
probably
Which is a
did.
cool story to like think like maybe like to some people he put on the best show, but he also tried the hardest
Yeah.
to make it fucking great.
No,
Because
that's
those guys,
yeah, you're right.
They've done it. They probably practiced 3 times. Like I got this. I know the words.
Do you think we're going to lose some listeners because I said Reba didn't do that good?
Now I think.
Or do
there's
you
more
think that
Post
fans of
than-
hers are kind of like bummed out because they're like, oh man, come on, Reba.
Didn't Dolly Parton do something for the NFL recently?
Yeah, she sucked at it too.
I didn't like it either, and it made me
I mean,
uncomfortable.
we might lose fans now.
Well, I'm saying she's an icon.
You
I
can't
think she's
hate
a
on
fucking,
Dolly. You
I got her
can
books, bro. My girls have
Go
her
sideways
books.
a little bit at Reba, but you talk about Dolly.
You're right. But my girls have her books, so like I support Dolly.
You didn't
girls
think it
have her
was a little
children's
uncomfortable
books.
that
Made me real uncomfortable.
Right.
Made me feel like I shouldn't even be on this pod right now.
Oh no, but point being, the whole point around that being is that sometimes, man, like stuff like the national anthem and stuff, like there's not a good way to sing it for some people because it's so 17, whenever they fucking came up with it, it's just so dry and boring and you can't. You want to do it like so good and put your own
Can't
spin
jazz
on
it up
it,
that
but
much.
it's hard to jazz it
When
up
you do,
because
though-
you jazz it up and all of a sudden
Yeah,
you're
you
the
do
villain.
a run.
You shit on
your
it.
run goes too long, and people are like, "Well, holding
yeah.
up 45
Oh.
minutes. What are we doing? We're trying to get the fucking game going." And it's
Or-
like whatever you do, it's
Or you got the people that are like, I be goddamn, they fuck up our national anthem.
Somebody
you know
did,
what I'm talking
right?
about? Yeah, I did that fucking. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I did that fucking.
why is he poking at these guys?
I don't know.
I did. I wasn't gonna do accents anymore the rest of the show, but I did. I did.
That's fine.
It's
DJ.
stereotypical.
They know
I'm
how you
sorry.
feel now.
I'm just saying, man. You know what I'm talking about? Those
But
armchair
you can't
fucking
make
couch people
You're not
going
gonna
like,
make everybody happy.
yeah, you're not
No
gonna make
matter
everybody
what.
happy. Like, oh, they jazz that up too much. Like, it's our Star Spangled Banner and it needs to be sung a certain way. And it's like, okay, and then you make it so dry that people can't sing it good because they don't put enough oomph. I guarantee Reba could have killed that if she thought that she can jazz it up. You know what I mean?
All that stuff
know,
is
it's
just
so-
based on people's opinions. So last year's halftime show is my favorite halftime show ever.
Ever. Yeah, that's a great.
Some people posted, "Oh, that was the worst. It sucked." Same thing with this year.
Who was last year?
Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, 50 Cent, and Kendrick.
Those modern artists, or I don't know.
All
Who
right. Now he's playing a game on us, dude.
this guy. But I mean, you're not gonna make
I know
everybody
what you're
happy.
saying.
I can't
Yeah.
believe I just said it.
Next
out
year
loud
could
that-
be Garth
yeah.
Brooks, and there's gonna be people that hate it.
Oh, there's a lot
You know
of
what I
people
mean?
who hate Garth Brooks. Yeah, that's gonna.
I think Garth Brooks
Garth
would have
Brooks,
done
one
better.
of the biggest fucking artists there's
I
ever
think
Yeah,
it would
been.
have
people
been. I think it
thinks
would have done it better than what they did this year.
Usher.
But I mean, you just can't
No,
make
no, I
everybody
thought
happy,
you
no
meant-
matter what. You're not gonna make
Oh, you mean
everybody at the Super Bowl.
halftime show?
No way they're beating Usher. The
Oh.
Halftime show, or
No,
I mean anything. It
I
doesn't
thought you meant
matter.
American.
It doesn't matter who it is.
Sorry,
You're not
for
gonna
that.
make everybody
Okay.
happy based
Not
on
everybody
anything
watched
there is.
the entire Super Bowl, right? At the Clam Digger where I was at, right? Everybody, the entire bar was singing along with Usher when Usher came on. That's a
Okay,
fact.
okay. You know what? Here's something I really
That's a
want to know.
fact.
Fuck Usher.
So give me your top 3. Shit, should we go top 5 or top 3? But we
Top
got to
five.
do we got to do them.
Top 5.
We got to do them rapid.
Top 3, top 5. What?
Top 5 halftime show performances of all time.
I say top 3 because I don't even know 5.
I know 5.
I know 5.
Top 3.
I'm gonna go. Obviously, last year's
Okay.
Dr. Dre, best one ever.
Yep.
I'll go. Usher second, Justin Timberlake and Janet too, just because of everything around it. What a great.
Yeah.
I thought Rihanna crushed it for being pregnant.
Yep.
And then I would say maybe even Katy Perry, because that line was something special. I'm just going to say it.
I like it.
Come on,
like
you guys
it.
didn't get pumped listening
like
to Super Bowl when she's like, Roar or whatever that song is called, dude? It fires you up.
I like
dude.
it.
I don't care
No,
what the fuck what
it's
you
definitely a
say,
Super
dude.
Bowl
Don't
song.
fire me up at all.
It's definitely a Super Bowl song, yes.
You're a bitch then if it don't fire you up. But anyway.
Mikey, 3?
Last
Or you need
year,
a second?
West Coast last year,
Dr.
top
Dre's.
one.
Yep.
I'm gonna go Rihanna,
Of course.
and then I'm gonna go Prince.
I love your Prince. I love
You
your
don't
Prince.
love my Rihanna? She was
She didn't
fucking
make my top
pregnant.
You didn't
five.
like Usher's?
I think that
Oh,
she did.
fuck Usher.
I
What's
think
wrong
that
with
Rihanna.
I didn't even. I was in the same building as him in December. I left before I even put eyes on him. I don't give a fuck about Usher.
It's a great performance.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I mean, if you don't like Let It Burn, you should probably burn.
Wow, that's even more aggressive, Drewski.
He started it,
Shit.
dude.
I will
Shows
say,
his side.
I like. I'll say like honorable mention, definitely Rihanna, and I love the fact that she was pregnant and did it, and she's
she
just
did her thing.
She did her fucking thing,
Yeah.
man. So
Look great.
yes, I would
Rolled
love
that
if we
thing
did
up.
if we did a top 10, she'd be my top 10. I'll honorable mention,
Honorable. I like it.
but I'll say Michael
Oh,
That's a
Michael
good
Jackson, Prince. Because it was so epic, it started fucking raining as soon as he started playing Purple Rain. That's you can't
can't write it.
You can't write that, bro. That is an iconic moment that I just can't. I get the chills. I just got the chills. Just fucking and everybody. If you've never seen it, or if you're too young, like go YouTube that shit. It's fucking iconic.
I don't think I've seen it, so I had to go check it out.
Oh, you have to.
Last year, Dre.
That's your
Drake.
third. That's crazy.
Dre fucking. God, Dre.
Did 50
Jay-Z
Cent ruin
put
it a little
on-
bit when he hung upside down for you?
It doesn't fucking matter.
I don't think so.
The whole
Not me either.
fucking thing was great, man. Anybody that didn't like it, you're just fucking hating,
The
or you're
tweets,
just
though.
not that into hip hop, and I get that too. That's okay.
Right, that's fine.
That's
They
okay.
don't remember the video when he had to do that. He had to do it that way.
Now, that's the top 3 hands down, right? Michael, Prince, Dr. Dre, and everybody else surrounding the Dr. Dre one.
That just is such a good one.
But dog, Bruno Mars, not the one with Beyonce.
Okay.
Bruno Mars by himself. People forget that his band did the whole halftime show because he's done it twice now. One was with Coldplay and Rihanna. The other time was just by himself and his band. Oh, and he brought out the Red Hot Chili Peppers for his.
Yeah.
But bro, between him and playing all the instruments throughout the thing, it was Prince-like because Prince can play every instrument. You know what I mean? Like I have a soft spot. I talked about this a little bit early in the show. Like I have a soft spot. Like I love when people can actually like play the instruments and do like fucking multiple things. Like they're so talented. Bruno Mars and his band, because they're just such good performers, dancers, good on every piece of music or equipment. Like
With this breakdown, I gotta ask: are you what is Bieber's fans called?
Believers.
Are you a believer? Because he plays the drums and guitar and sings.
no, I'm a fan.
Okay.
I'm not a believer though.
Okay.
I'd be a disservice if I called somebody a believer, or if I call myself a believer.
I don't know the way you said it.
I was though. I tell you what though. I was a little quick side note. I was in at the Arizona. What's the car auction thing? Barrett Jackson.
Okay.
When he sold that car that he got in the wreck in the subdivision where everybody was yelling at him to slow down. I was there. I wasn't that close to the stage, but I was in like one of the front sections when he was doing that car. And not gonna lie, for like a quick second, like Mayweather was there that night doing selling his Bugatti. Steven Tyler's car was there. All these different but Justin Bieber. It was funny because I had like this moment where I was like, "Oh my God, that's fucking Justin Bieber!" Like Mayweather, I wasn't even like, "Oh, like Steve." Like all these, I'm like, "Eh." But I was like, holy fuck, that's Justin Bieber. And I'm not even a Justin Bieber fan, but I was like, that guy's so big.
He has one of my favorite
He's a believer.
performances ever at a show is when he sang
No,
that.
because I don't know his music.
You remember when
okay.
he acoustically sung F Yourself? That's pretty great.
That's a great song.
When he does it acoustically at that award show, like when people are like, he's done, he just wrecked his car, he left his girl, he's done. His
That
career's
blue
over.
that blue car, that's the one they were selling.
Really?
The one that he
Yeah.
wrecked. Yep. They redid
fan.
it. They got it to get back together, and that's what he was selling. That was a big selling point. But you actually said it before. One of our podcasts, I don't even know if we put that podcast out where you were talking about there was some like TikTok or something that you seen where he was like doing the choreography.
Oh, yeah, amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I
He's
seen that,
special,
and that's
dude,
great.
for real.
So top 4. I don't even remember what I fucking.
Got one more in you?
I got one more in me, but I don't remember what I know what my 4 are. I know what my 5 are. What was my 4? Mike, Prince, Dr. Dre, Bruno. Oh, okay, Bruno Mars, and I am putting this year's Usher.
It was great.
As number 5 over Rihanna.
Wowza.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Put him over. I don't remember. We'll have to watch it back later.
I do honorable mention myself to the Janet Jackson one because we were young at the time, so that was pretty dope.
I didn't even watch
the
Super
fucking
Bowls.
titty.
Yeah.
The fucking titty.
That's sweet.
Was it
I was
on
over
purpose?
fucking Hollywood Hand's
100%.
house, bro.
It was on purpose, right?
And
Yeah,
with
she
the
had
whole,
a pasty on. Like it was all, of course, on purpose.
there was a moment where there was like a 20-second silence in the entire house. Like, y'all know black people. Y'all both been around black people enough, okay? When something happens, you guys already know the reaction. There was like maybe 20 seconds pushing it. Okay, like 10 seconds of silence, and then you know how black folks do. Everybody jumped and was like, ah! You know what I'm talking about, Mike. You don't look at me like that. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody fucking goes wild because Janet Jackson's titty was out.
One of my favorite things in the world is to go to a black movie theater and watch a scary movie. That's fucking
you know what I'm
amazing.
talking about. You
One of
know
the funnest
that-
times I've ever had.
That is
I
actually
was
a good
literally
pastime.
like one of the only 4 white people in it, but it was one of the best times of my life.
Hey, Mikey's the dude that goes to a black movie theater to see a scary movie that he's not even into. He's just there
Yeah,
to
because
see
I don't
the
like scary
reaction
movies.
of
Like it was just fun
black
hanging out with the
folks.
homies. Like
I was with this girl at a movie theater, and the black folks around us were telling her to shut the fuck up. No joke. We were watching.
she must have been annoying,
dude.
or didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. One of the two.
What was that movie with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg?
Good Guys or something.
So I'll start this. She was a popcorn girl at Platinum.
I was about to say she's a reoccurring fucking guest.
Yeah, we
Not
I
guess,
was
but
like,
it was a
we've been
popcorn
down
girl
this road
for sure.
She beat the shit out of me during this movie. There's a lot of funny parts in the other guys.
Wait, that was the one date that you went on with her?
Yeah, I'll tell you the whole story now. Fuck it.
No, we know the whole
I'm not
story.
a
You
great
already
guy.
actually said it.
Did
on
I say?
podcast
Did I
before.
make her? Did I tell her that I made her give me gas money? And I said I'll get you.
Oh,
back.
you didn't talk that. Oh no.
Oh no, because I paid for the movie, right?
Oh,
And
you did
popcorn.
some fuck shit.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So I'm watching this movie.
Sounds like you both did.
She started it. Every funny part, I swear to God, she hit me like a man. Right now, I'm like, pop, 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 ha, ha, pop, pop, pop. And I'm like, all right. I don't think she can keep doing this. No way. She get tired eventually. She fucking, and there are people around us going, shh, shut up. And she's just like, can you believe? When they jumped off the building, I'll never forget it. How loud she got, and she wouldn't shut up about this one part. Like, we're 3 scenes away from that now. We gotta let that scene go. And she just wouldn't stop. So after the movie, I was like, yeah, I had a great time. I was like, oh shit, my gas on you know, I spent all my money on the popcorn and the movie. Can I borrow like 15? I'll get you next time when we go on this next date. And then I was like,
Wait,
Never
she
gonna-
actually okay.
Oh, she let me borrow
actually
money.
gave you money.
oh yeah.
Like I could see if you was like, hey, like joking around, hey, we're Dutch. Like I'll get this, you get that. But you actually was like, hey, let me.
Yo, we ain't getting
I'll
back
pay
unless I
for
get
it,
this
and then
money.
you get.
Yeah, because I wanted reimbursed for that date. And I didn't think the movie theater would welcome it. But I wanted my money back. It was that bad of a date, dude. Popcorn, a movie, and not to enjoy it. The Other Guys, what a great movie.
That is a great movie, though. I mean, if there's a movie that you're gonna go through all this for, like, I mean, you know,
I think I grinded my
bro.
teeth for an hour and 30 minutes.
Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell were fucking great in that movie.
They're great
man.
together.
Best combination ever. Seriously.
Was it what? Okay, was the
That's the worst date ever.
Did you actually get shit? Dropping shit. Did you get your feel on like Usher was getting his feel on to Alicia Keys? Did you at least give
She
her,
made me so mad.
give her a little
Like,
woo?
I think I could have kissed her, did whatever. I wasn't into it. I was
Coulda
so
did
turned
whatever.
off.
Could have did a shoulda.
This is
He
hilarious.
pulled the whole hole in the bottom of the bucket of popcorn trick.
Oh shit! You was going porno style, put
You
your dick in
think
the motherfucking
after
bucket.
she already ruined the movie, I was gonna let her ruin the popcorn too? Not a chance, dude. There's zero chance.
That's Drewski, dog. That's motherfucking Drewski. You think I was gonna let her ruin the popcorn?
So I told that story. So I went back and hung out with my boys that was there with me on the night of the other episode where I talked about getting her number. And Derek's like, so what do you mean? You telling me I can call her? I was like, yeah. Call her up, dude. Shit, dude, please call her up. And she's going to say I owe her 15. She ain't getting it. He's like, all right, yeah, dude, I'm going to give her a call. I don't know whatever happened. I don't think they ended up together, though. I think he ended up with somebody else, thank God.
How long ago?
Okay,
was
we're
this?
talking about different Derek son.
Column.
Okay, so,
How
the
long
funniest
ago
guy of
was
all
that?
time.
How long ago was this?
This was.
actually, I think you might be a little bit fibbing.
Oh.
Because I think you might have brought her over to the house on Michigan Ave.
Never brought her over there ever once. Swear to God.
Or maybe that's when you were prepping for it.
Oh, talk about it.
No.
Maybe you were getting ready for it then.
Only girl I brought. What's her name over there? The girl that I met at the club.
At the club where she stripped.
Not a strip club. Not a strip club. Not a strip club. She wanted to dance a little bit. She wasn't stripping. You piece of shit.
No, I just thought maybe you were getting ready for that date because I remember we talked about it and I remember it vividly.
Oh yeah.
That you were getting ready for it.
Because I thought it was cool. I went to the strip club and she asked me
got
for
her
my
number?
number. No. She asked me for my number. So I was like, that's pretty cool.
Whose number did you give her?
I think at the time I had the Nextel.
Oh, yeah, he did have the next all the time. The 5,
This
6,
is when I was still on cell phones before I quit them. Like was done
before
with
he went off the radar.
Yeah, before I let the government stop tracking me.
That was great.
She I think she might even chirp me. And then she chirped
I
me.
wish they bring Nextels back. I miss them.
Nothing better than being in class at like your boy, you had his Nextels on and being like, what the fuck are you doing? And it's like beep beep.
The best, and I'm not gonna mention the guy's name, but Big Bob hit up a guy we know.
Big Bob, I heard you tell fucked.
Yeah, and he said something crazy. I can't even say what is crazy because it's gonna offend a bunch of people.
I believe
But he said something real offensive into the Nextel while this dude was giving a speech.
Do you remember us having him in that science class?
In the class we flooded. I just talked about Kyle about it last week.
Did we tell that on here? Maybe we should.
No,
wait.
we haven't.
We'll talk school stories on here another day. That's a good
Oh, dude,
one.
that's a whole podcast right there. School stories.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the next one.
But before we get off of and bringing it back to the Super Bowl, before we get too far off of it, people hating on Taylor Swift is stupid, right?
100%.
Biggest pop star in the world probably right now.
Got her
But
music
the
rights
best
back.
is, do you know the band Disturbed?
Yep.
So the guy, I just seen a video today, and the guy he said something about Taylor Swift kicks ass because somebody was like booing and talking shit about Taylor Swift.
Oh, I seen
like one of
that.
the fans. And he's like, Taylor Swift kicks ass. And he's like, no, I'm fucking serious. He's like, I respect any pop artist that plays an instrument, performs like she does. And then like the guy said something else, and he's like, no, I'm serious. Like, I love Taylor. Like, he was just backing her. I'm like, that's so dope.
She got her
Because
music
like
rights
it's easy
back.
for people just to shit on her.
The music company tried
but
to
she's
screw
so
her.
huge.
The music company tried to screw her, own the rights to her music, and then she just re-recorded it and owns the rights to all the new
No,
music.
they didn't.
She's
They
a
didn't.
gangster.
No, what?
She's annoying sometimes,
So-
but she's a gangster.
She's definitely a gangster. And what? So that's just the deal that they do in music. It's not like they stole her rights or something. Like that's
But
the contract.
forever?
She's not. Yeah,
That's crazy, dude.
bro. That's
They
how the
sign
music
these
business
shitty
is.
deals.
They sign these shitty deals, but
Oh, Jelly will put you on
you know
all
what
kind
she
of
did?
music
You know
video
what
game.
she did do, and I'm glad you mentioned what and this is rumor mill, but what I heard that she did do, and I think you might have heard the same shit I heard, is she re-recorded her shit because after a certain amount of years, you can re-record your own music, and now you own the rights to the new recorded
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, that's what she
version.
did. And her fans all bought her shit. Listen to
Yeah.
her shit.
Yeah, because if you remember on Spotify, like Spotify, you couldn't get certain people. You couldn't get Taylor Swift. You couldn't get Garth Brooks. You couldn't get Jay-Z. Or no, you can get Jay-Z.
We don't need
you couldn't
Jay-Z.
get Jay-Z, like some of the albums. You can only get certain albums.
We don't need any of them.
Fun fact. Did you guys know Shaq owns Rue 21?
Yeah.
I didn't fucking know.
Do you know that Shaq owns everything?
He owns the rights to Madonna?
Yes.
It's one of the best businessmen.
Ever.
He owns, like, he said part of his Papa John's things was that if I own so many franchises, I have to have a seat at the table.
Genius.
On the board. You know what I mean? Like
He's sharp.
dude, his family he gives so much fucking back to people. I love Shaq's
gotta have the
fucking
most
I love
of any.
Shaq's fucking
I got one quick Shaq story too.
I love
you got a
Shaq's
Shaq
fucking
story?
videos
Not
where like
personally.
just
Wow.
people will be videoing like and he like bought like random things. He'll buy people because they're just in the same fucking vicinity as
and
him.
it's like airwaves. Yeah,
And it's
just a
not
G.
like, oh, I'm fucking Shaq. It's like there was one where a kid was waiting in line and didn't get the pair of shoes because only a certain amount of kids got the pair of shoes. And he was like, "What's up, little man? What's going on with you?" And he was like, and he's all crying. She's like, "Well, we didn't get here early enough for him to get his shoes." And you know what I mean? And it ended up being, he was like, "Oh man, I'll buy you 3 pair of shoes. Like, come with me, little man." You know what I mean? And like the thing is, and then the behind the thing is always a tearjerker because like they didn't get there because mom was fucking working 2 jobs and couldn't get to go pick them up in time to bring them there to be one of the first whatever 1,000 kids or whatever the fucking case may
Right.
be, right? But it's like those little fucking stories where you just, and none of them are like flukish, where nobody's ever came out and was like, "Oh, this is all a show. Oh, this ain't real." Like everybody that's a celebrity that's been around them has been like, "No, we can't go nowhere because he just wants to give. We can't just be by ourselves. He's always got to give.
I've heard that from everybody who says he's a great guy. Everybody who ever talks about him says he's the best. You got a story about him?
He does have a story.
Two quick ones.
No. Let's say anything be quick. We can do fucking. I ain't landing your plane today, bud.
So he wanted to go back to college, or
Right.
wanted to go to college. So then he was doing like an online, like Phoenix University or some shit. And he's like, I want a teacher. I don't want to do it online. I want a teacher to come teach me. And they're like, well, it's this much money, like, and you have to have like 12 people to do this.
Uh-huh.
So he paid for 12 of his homies to get their master's degree with him.
That's awesome.
And then another one is he has his shoes in Walmart.
Right.
So many people were shitting on him, like, don't put your shoes in Walmart. It looks cheap. He's like, I can give affordable shoes to people like that can't afford these $150, $120 J's.
Yep.
And he sold so many of these fucking pair of shoes. Like, it was a great money move, but also like he did it to
I remember
help
him
people
getting shit on
and
for
give
that.
a good quality
Because
shoe.
I remember
to
it.
people
I
that
remember
can
getting
afford
shit
them.
on.
When I was younger and dumb, I shit on it too because I had the
Oh, Shaq shoes in Walmart.
I had the kamikazes, right? And then obviously that's the ones with the swirls.
Okay.
The Shaq shoes with the swirl. And then he went to Walmart. I'm like, fuck, I can't even rock my motherfucking. Come on. Oh, okay.
He probably
You know what I mean? I thought I had some
at the
vintage
time.
shit.
Yeah,
Like that
for
was
sure.
like
was it his
some
shoe
retro
company or did he
shit.
do it with like Reebok or something? Do you guys know?
I don't know, actually.
Because I thought he owns Reebok. Like,
No, he doesn't
he's a
own
huge
Reebok.
stake owner in Reebok. I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure he was like,
No.
"Are you sure?"
Yeah, because he can't. So if he owned a part of Reebok, he wouldn't be able to put that shoe,
Right.
a lot of the shoes that were designed by Reebok, and basically almost the same thing in a Walmart.
I got to quick Google it because that's what somebody said today.
While you're Googling that, to wrap it all up, like you said, to bring it all back to the Super Bowl and all this different shit, because we're talking about, this is kind of like Super Bowl podcast, and you know how we do. We go all over the place. But another thing that I have to bring up, I just have to, is my favorite part of the halftime show was when Her, you know who Her is, the artist? H-E-R, Her. So that's the one that did the guitar solo to You Got It Bad. That's her.
That
She's
would have been dope to see.
She's a great artist. And the fact that she was featured as a musician or a guitar tech was even doper because she's one of them artists where like she doesn't try to do too much. She does what she does, and her fans are either super fans or you really don't know her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Where you
that's
get
dope.
that's how you get some of the
She's
best
true to
fans.
herself.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like the lane you're playing podcast. You know what I mean? We either got super fans or nobody knows who
We
the
got
fuck we is.
we
You know
got
what I
a
mean?
few super fans.
We
I
got
know
a
that.
few super fans, or you don't know who the fuck we is. But I feel like her
You gotta learn today.
fucking just, it was like a subtle moment that on the song You Got It Bad, You Got It Bad, where they have that guitar solo.
Okay.
It's not that big. It's not the biggest part of the song. However, when you see it live and you see her come out and just fucking shred, you're like, oh, that's way bigger than I thought that part should be. We could have just moved past it. They could have just cut right after he did his verse to another song. But the fact that he kept having people like Luda, Lil Jon bringing out the A.
Alicia Keys.
You know what I mean? Alicia Keys. Like,
He had his hands too
There's-
much on her.
no, Swiss was on Instagram today talking about, bro, we don't do that vibe. Like, Usher had a great performance. Like, nobody talks about Alicia's dress that fucking went halfway throughout the field.
Right.
Before it collapsed when she got up. You know what I mean? Like, all these different points, like a player should. Like a player should. Listen, let me tell you something, Mikey.
yeah.
Let me tell you something, Mikey. God, you're going to hate me for this. You're going to probably fight me after this show. Okay, but
I'll film
hear
it,
me out. Hear me
people.
out. Hear me out. If you had if you were a stand-in to a Rihanna halftime show and she was dancing all around you and filling you up, on the other side of that token,
He already
Right?
knows the answer. You already got him.
April, right, is on stage getting the Usher treatment, getting the serenation. You're really gonna be mad.
You lost me.
Because you're right, he would be mad. But if it was him and it was Rihanna, 100%.
That's what I'm saying.
His arms on her belly, just like Usher.
That was your job
That's
to do.
a
is to get
different
serenaded.
situation.
Is it? How do you know?
Because me and April have an agreement about Rihanna.
And you don't think Usher has an agreement about Alicia Keys?
What about Swiss? He's not in that agreement.
But maybe Alicia
And he
has that
felt
agreement with
disrespected.
Swizz.
I'm just saying.
He had to act like he
I'm
was
just
cool with
saying.
it.
If April,
When he sees Usher in the streets, he's gonna smack him. I bet you.
Yeah, but he'll
He
moonwalk away
might.
from him.
He
You ain't
might.
gonna be able to hit him.
You're right though.
Usher's a little boy.
Bro, let me tell you about these.
At 39 or whatever he is. He ain't no little boy,
I'll
dude.
smack Usher. That's why I
40-something
left that
years
building
old.
before I put my eyes on him.
Did you
He'll
see?
moonwalk on your head.
And did you see when he
wouldn't do
took his
shit.
shirt
Not
off?
with the
Did you
guys I
see
was
when he
with.
took his shirt off? I'm saying for a 40-something-year-old, he was jacked, bro. And
He had chili at one point.
I paused, but let me tell you something.
What'd he say?
He had Chili from TLC at one point. He fucked it up. He's an idiot. You hating on Chili? TLC's one of the biggest.
I'm not hating on Chili. All I'm saying is,
And he
don't discredit the man because
He got herpes from. Did you see the woman he got herpes
all
from?
right, we're gonna call. I think we cut this part out.
I get it. Land your plane.
All
Get
right
me
then.
out of here talking about Usher.
Okay, he is.
I
He
ain't gotta
dropped
talk
a-
about
He
that
dropped
guy.
some
It took a turn.
Bonsor
It took a
shit.
turn.
I think it might have been gonorrhea. It was one of the.
It was definitely herpes.
Doesn't matter,
Okay.
but we'll cut it out. We'll cut
And
it
it was
out.
about
Yeah, so it was the one that
and it
comes
was about a
back.
big girl.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not hating because she was big, but you had Chili.
You're right. You're right.
He's trying to have a little moment with Alicia.
Let's go around the table.
Spreading your herpes to Alicia. She's pure.
Let's just go ahead and
Bet she starts wearing makeup if she did.
let's just go ahead and
it.
get off the whole Usher having allegedly problems.
He
down
can pull
there,
up and
okay?
see me and talk to me if he wants a problem with it.
You know what? You know what's funny? You know what's funny is the road that Mikey has paved. There's
graph, we
actually
got
going
him
to
a
be a
guest.
point where it's actually it's probable that he's going to run into Usher. Like it's more probable than people think.
Could have ran into him in
And
December.
don't worry, I'm going to be that drunk friend going, "Hey man, remember that time you said, man?
I
when
hope
you
you do.
see Usher, bro." And Usher's going to do a dance on you and fucking bow, and then I'm going to have to fucking, you know what I mean? Anyway,
If you think Usher has a shot at beating my ass, you're crazy.
he
And I'm
can
not a
stick
tough
move. All
guy.
I'm saying is he can stick a move.
I think he's gonna dance on your grave.
No, he probably would actually. I'll take that back. Usher,
Man,
Raymond, appreciate you. Much respect.
let's
Until I
just
see you.
Well, then he's gonna sing a song about your body. Let it burn. You piece of shit, you're done for, dude.
Drewski's fucking you up right now, by the way, bro.
I can't believe
While
you
he's
take
drinking a
Usher's
Capri
side.
Sun.
Was that what that
as
song-
he's drinking
wait,
a Capri
Was
Sun.
that what
he
that
is
song's
drinking-
about?
While he's drinking 2 Capri Suns, like, listen, let me tell you something. As a grown ass man, I refuse to let somebody just try to beat me down while they're literally double fisting Capri Suns.
I was
bro.
single fisting 2 Capri Suns though, so
It's
more
still double fist.
gangster.
Okay, you got 2 Capri Suns at once.
So it makes it a full
2
man's
straws.
drink.
2 straws.
So it makes it a full man's drink. Now let me ask you guys this: was that what that song was about? Then now I'm like replaying shit in my head. Let
No.
It Burn was about what?
It was way before all that happened.
All right.
That you know of.
All right, so hey man, let's go through the round table real quick of some highlight shout outs of this weekend that happened, Super Bowl stuff. I'll start off. Big shout out to Jake Moody, former Michigan kicker. He set the record for the longest field goal in a Super Bowl. It only lasted like a quarter and a half because Butker kicked a 57-yarder after him. But still, shout out to Jake Moody as a rookie, and he was being heavily doubted as a kicker before the Super Bowl. And when it was his time to shine, he shined. Even though they didn't win, he shined. So I want to give a shout out to him. Are we doing shout outs?
I mean, we started it.
I mean, I'll do one real quick. Shout out to mushrooms. I took one last night, and I tell you what, the Super Bowl got way cooler. So
I love it.
No, that's a great shout out.
I love that he said the Super Bowl was last night, and it was definitely a couple nights ago. But the mushrooms got him right.
mushrooms had me off. I think I've said about 50 things wrong today in this episode.
It's great.
This episode?
But I won't bet you guys won't argue them with me because
I can't wait. I can't wait till we put out our what's it called? Patreon. I can't wait till we get our Patreon app and you can see some of the big fucking bloopers from Drewski. Drewski has the best bloopers of all time, by the way.
They're hard, dude. They're hard.
I love them.
They're hard,
I go
dude.
back and watch them. I wish the fucking people could watch them the way I watch them. Mikey, what do you got for some shout outs, bro?
I just got my boy Jelly Roll for doing his Super Bowl commercial. That was dope.
Absolutely.
Big accomplishment.
Man.
And then probably just Tech Nine's Team 1.
Yeah, Tech.
Shout out to him. And then Nate Diaz just being there, him and E40.
He 40.
Their team didn't win, but
I got
they
a
were
shout
there in
out.
the building.
Shout out to Shane Gillis for bringing Bud Light back. He's gonna bring it back. You see, they signed him. 2 canceled people. Bud Light got canceled. Shane Gillis got canceled.
Great move.
Smart. Shout out to Shane Gillis.
All right, I'm gonna have to wrap it up because I'm gonna start going off on all these other tangents on cancel culture and all this. Like I gotta shut the fuck up.
Let's go ahead and
Before I should find you.
let's go ahead and land this motherfucker, man.
Has it landed?
Yeah, well, no, not yet, motherfucker. So, one last thing.
I was about to catch you later.
Catch you later, dude. This is our we've changed up the studio just a tad bit, man. So shout out to Drewski. This is like a second or third episode with that's his painting behind us, by the way, and behind him is actually his design that he made for our podcast. So shout out to that. Also, we made some new. Is that weird? Is that weird? Is that weird? We finally put the fucking boom arms up with the OG boom raps. Shout out to the Shit Gets Deep podcast and OG boom raps, man.
Tyner Baker, we love you, boys.
The fifth one. It was the fifth one. The fourth one.
I was like, oh, you're just showing it off. But then it was like after a while.
OG boom raps. Yeah. Yeah, and then there's
just silence.
You catch that? Yeah.
I did. I don't know if it's still rolling, but Tyner Beaker, we love you, boys. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Anything we can do.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers, fellas.
I wish you guys could have heard TJ eating that rap he had.